Another question. What is the definition of emotional maturity and what is growth? What is the definition of emotional maturity and what is growth? Emotions are different to feelings. Feelings are always in the now, of the now, and you are what you feel, whereas you are the one feeling the emotion. An emotion keeps on returning until it is resolved. So you might have some very sad experience happen, and even years later you might be watching a movie and that same emotion of sadness will get triggered and you'll feel it. When you fully felt it, then that sadness will no longer appear for you. It's resolved. It's gone into the past. That would be considered growth. So you have a backlog of unresolved emotion that keeps getting triggered into your current experience. But this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing because it allows you to receive the teaching that came from the circumstance and what you made of it back then. So by feeling the emotion, it becomes resolved. The resolution of it could be considered growth. You're growing. The backlog of unresolved emotions are being understood, the wisdom is being gained, and they are diminishing. So growth in this sense could be described as decreasing emotional content and increasing feeling. Amazingly, in the free world, when all your emotional stuff is resolved, there are no negative feelings. Feelings are love, peace, gratitude, joy, happiness. And these feelings are of life itself. Emotions come out of drama, but feelings come from the feeling of life. So growth is when you realize what it is that actually causes you to suffer. You realize for yourself what causes you to suffer. And what it is you think that you are the thinker. And you think that what you think is a reflection of reality. But as you go deeper and you grow, you will see that you're not the thinker. The thoughts arise of their own accord, spontaneously. And their quality is given by who you're being that life is in any one moment. Your thoughts arise spontaneously of their own accord, given by who you're being that life is in any one moment. You wouldn't know you're thinking unless you were listening. So which came first, the thinker or the listener? The listener. You are the listener, not the thinker. So who you're being that life is in any one moment is what generates your thoughts. Not all your thoughts should be listened to and believed in by any means. Most people, literally most people, have something in them that tells them they're not good enough and something's wrong. And because that's who they're being that they are, they start to turn up that way. And so then the characterizer goes, there you go, you see, you are no good. What just happened proves it. But what just happened out of who you were being that you were. So then you start thinking that there's something wrong with you, and you think it so intensely and put so much energy and beingness behind it that it actually starts to generate results in accordance with that thought, and you appear as not good enough. So growth is when you realize, wait a minute, there must be something beyond the thinker and how it characterizes life. And maybe I don't need to characterize myself. Maybe I don't need to characterize life. Maybe I don't need to make up a great big story about everything. Maybe I can just let everything be. What growth is when you do let everything be. You just let everything be. You become disenchanted with the chatterer. You become disenchanted with the characterizer. You become disenchanted with the commentator. And you start going back into the witness, being the witness, being awake, being above the clouds of your mind, being behind the persona. Real growth could be said to be when you have distinguished the difference between the part you play in this lifetime and who you are. The part you play, the role that you have, that is not who you are. That's how you appear. Who you are is something much more amazing. Being who you are is what growth is aiming towards. And it turns out there is no way that you are. Your freedom itself. Awareness. Life. Awakeness. Simply. And how you appear is given by who you're being that you are. And that changes moment to moment. So emotional maturity ultimately is to be beyond emotion and to flow as feeling. And growth is when you recognize the freedom that you truly are.